Well, sadly, this will be our last little look at Azay le Ferron for quite a few weeks. I'm going to turn left here and drive towards Châtillon-sur-Indre. Yeah, we'll turn left here. Well, I'm making my way towards Calais, but there's no point just racing up the motorway when you can take the slow road and see things like that. It's quite a building, isn't it? Now, this is also quite an interesting thing to see.
400 metres at the roundabout, take the third exit and stay on D764.
Oh, better do as I'm told, hadn't I really? Well, this is just a very, very brief stop to stretch my legs in the city of Blois. Very beautiful city, a city worth a full day's exploring. I'm just stretching my legs, so I'm going to run on up to Chateaudun. Well, I've been here before, but I've never had trouble parking like I had just now. Yeah, round and round and round, and then I followed signs and found somewhere to abandon. Not quite where I thought I was going to end up, but it will do. But I'll show you why we had problems finding somewhere to park very shortly. Normally I park in this square here. Obviously not on a Thursday morning.
Voilà, vous êtes plein de belles choses à faire découvrir chez notre ami qui nous propose plein de belles choses.
Elle est présente là, elle est juste en France.
Well, today they've got a skating rink in front of that fountain, and the most un-Christmassy sort of look to the sky and the sun. But there we are. That's why I couldn't get parked where I'd normally park. Well, that was coffee disposed of. Just stretch my legs just a little bit. I've shown you this before, but I think this is still quite a spectacular thing to look at. Now that's a memorial to some fairly old unpleasantness. The citizens of Chateaudun defended unsuccessfully the city against the Prussians in the Franco-Prussian War. One hopes that these wars are consigned to history. Bitter experience suggests that that's a bit too optimistic. But on a day like this, with a view like that, what a wonderful place. Right, the next problem is to find the Skoda. Well, having used this church as a landmark for the car park where I've parked, I thought it would be rude not to come in. It's a church dedicated to Saint Valerian. I know this because it says so sadly on the memorial tablets to the people from this parish that died in warfare. We all seem to come back to warfare, which is horrible really, isn't it? But there's a place of peace. What a wonderful building. I guess we ought to call that an apse. And what a wonderful altarpiece. And in front of it, a crib scene. Just in case we'd forgotten that it's nearly Christmas. Would be good to hear that organ really unwound, wouldn't it? And just for good measure, just in case that big organ wasn't enough, what is better than one big organ? Two big organs. Right, the blue sign tells us we're changing department into the Department de l'Eure. What a lovely day.
In 600 metres at the roundabout, take the first exit onto D14B.
Well, I got this far on what we might think of as ordinary roads, but now I'm on a péage, the A16. To use the péage, as the name sounds, you have to pay. I don't know, some of you will say it's expensive, some of you will say it's not a lot really. But when you join the péage, most places there's a booth that you take a ticket from, and when you leave there's a booth that you put that ticket into and it will demand money. They all will take money. Some of them will take credit cards or debit cards. Nothing to be scared of unless you're driving a right-hand drive car, in which case you irritate everyone behind you when you get out and walk around to the booth to pay. The machine, it's not, there's no one there, it's just a machine. So there we are, nothing to be scared of. And it's a very quick way of getting from one end of France to the other. Now, one of the other things to think about, and it's exactly the same in England, there are service stations on the péage where you can buy diesel, petrol, LPG, all sorts of good stuff to keep your car going. But on the péage they will charge you more than the supermarket just before you go onto the péage. Now, I filled up at a Carrefour and I winced a bit. It was €1.42.9 a litre. I've gone past a service station here on the péage and it's 155.9. So it's 13 centimes a litre dearer on the péage than it is before you join. So, you know, it's something to think about. And then we get back to Dover. Always takes a little while getting the boat alongside and secured. The ship, goodness, can't call a thing this size a boat. During which time you sort of sit in the car and cogitate. There's always a few people who can't remember where their car is, but it's quite simple. If you've never been on one of these ships, where you park your car, it's all labelled up. It tells you what stairs to come down, and you know, you ought to be able to find it.